This is a regular meeting of the Carefree Town Council, so this meeting will come to order. First up, please take a silent roll call. And the Pledge of Allegiance. Maureen Benedetto, please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, well, thank you. And I would just remind everyone, if you come up and speak loudly into the microphone so everyone at home can hear you and everyone here can hear you. First up on the agenda is the consent agenda. Here we have 5 items. All items listed here under are considered to be routine by the Town Council and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be discussed separately. Item number 1, approval of the June 3rd, 2025 Town Council regular meeting minutes. Item 2, approval of the June 3rd, 2025 minutes of the budget hearing. Item 3, approval of the check register report, June 2025. Item 4, approval of combined trial balance all funds, May 31st, 2025. And item 5, request for approval of a temporary street closure for Easy Street from Ho-Hum Drive to Sundial Circle and a portion of Ho-Hum Drive, a road, on Sunday, May 16th, 2025, from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the Orphans and Oddballs. What did I say? Oh, okay, November. So November 16th, 2025, from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the Orphans and Oddballs car show. Would anyone like to pull any of those items from the consent agenda?
I'd like to pull the last item from the consent.
Okay, item 5?
Yes.
Okay, so I would entertain a motion to approve items 1, 2, 3, and 4.
I move that we accept items 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Okay, item 5, Councilman Johnson.
Yes, I just wanted to say something about it. It's something that we've been working on for probably 6 months, and it's with Councilman Miller and P&Z Commissioner Les Hardy has been helping. So the 3 of us have put together a car show to have in downtown Carefree. It's a every person type of show. So we want to bring in everybody that's got a unique car, and that's why we called it Oddballs and Orphans. Les has got some great contacts. We've also got some great contacts over in Desert Mountain and North Scottsdale. And so we're really going to get the word out there, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And we had some tremendous response already just on word of mouth. So Madison's going to be a big part of it as well. She's offered to help, and I would ask everybody here to help out. And if you know somebody with a car, let them know. And but it's anybody, bring it up there, and we'll see how it goes. And hopefully it's a tradition. We can keep going.
Yeah, sounds good. And so my understanding is it'll be, at least the footprint will be similar to the Porsche show that we comes to our town in the spring. Same footprint, same design, same day of the week, a Sunday.
Yes.
Same hours. We know that works. Causes minimal interruption to the merchants. It's a good thing.
Yeah, and we're going to highlight the orphans. And if you don't know what an orphan is, it's a car that's not made anymore. So if you've got a Studebaker, a Packard, a Nash, a Hudson, a Graham, keep thinking Pierce, anything you can imagine, that's what we're looking for. So they'll be highlighted in the middle, and then everybody else will just kind of move around them. So I'm counting on Les Hardy. He's really got a lot of experience with it, so I think he'll be a good advocate for us, as is Clint. So
Okay, great.
Thank you,
This will be
John.
fun. Any other comments about this before we act upon it? So hearing none, I would entertain a motion to approve item number 5 on the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion to approve item number 5 on the consent agenda.
Okay, so we have first and the second? Okay, great.
Second
All in
first.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, passes unanimously. Thank you. Item 6, current events. We have a few current events. We have Carefree Conversations coming up on Friday, July 11th, from 9 to 11. We'll probably, if it's hot out, we'll be inside the visitor center. And Councilman Johnson and Councilwoman Diane Roth will join us. So come on out for that. Second item is we now have a vacancy on our Planning and Zoning Commission. So Commissioner Karen Dahlman resigned, she stepped down. She served for about 2.5 years, just almost 2.5 years. She was very good. She was engaged. She did her homework. She spoke up at the meetings, but her professional life has taken off, and so she no longer has the time to allocate to us. So she stepped down. So what that means is we have a vacancy. So tomorrow we will push out a notice, and what it will say is we're soliciting letters of interest and qualifications. So we would ask that those all be submitted by Monday, August 4th at 4:30 p.m., close of business that day. And then at the September meeting, which is September 2nd, we'll have a town council meeting, and the town council will appoint a commissioner to fill that vacancy. So just remember, when a person serves on Planning and Zoning Commission, they serve on the Development Review Board, the Board of Adjustment, and the Economic Development Advisory Board. So it's actually a very active position. The next item I'd like to talk about in the current events is the corridor study for Pima Road, which runs from Cave Creek Road, that intersection, that four-way stop, down to Cinquedados. So you might remember 6 or 8 months ago, there was a meeting here that discussed that. That meeting was put together by the Maricopa Association of Governments, MAG, the City of Scottsdale, and the Town of Carefree. We're all part of this program. They had a second meeting last week, and they basically, at that meeting, they shared with us the recommendations from the consultants. So what they recommended is a roundabout at Cave Creek Road and Pima Road. They recommended 2 lanes in each direction, north and south, a vegetated median, bike paths, things like that. So they're still soliciting comments to that, to the recommendations, and you're welcome to submit comments until July 24th. And over on the table, there's a postcard that has a QR code. You can go there. You can, it'll take you to the presentation that they made, the things that they're proposing, and then there's a survey you can take and let them know what you're thinking. And there's also some printed copies there if you're not comfortable with the QR code. You fill that out, bring it into town hall, and we'll send it off to them. So that's, especially if you live on that side of town and you run through that intersection, that's something to pay attention to. Next up, we want to talk about lock boxes. So we've had a lockbox program here for like 10, 12 years. And we haven't promoted it very much, but it's really an excellent program. So we have a flyer over there, a few of them you can pick up. And it's a free program, especially if you live by yourself. It doesn't matter how old you are. If something happens to you and and your front door is locked and you can't get in the house, they're gonna knock the door down, they're gonna break a window to come in. And you can avoid all that if there's a lockbox on your house. And it's free. They ask for a $25 donation, but we're more interested in you having a lockbox and being safe than we are in collecting the money. So please check that out. So on the flyer, it tells you how to do it. You just contact Rural Metro, and they'll set you up to come over, and they'll do it and install it. Another program that Rural Metro has been doing in conjunction with the town, we haven't talked about too much, is the CPR program, the training classes. So on July 13th, they have one at 10 a.m., so coming up later this month. And then again on August 13th at 6 p.m., they're going to try to do one in the evening. And I was talking to Chief Talley about these CPR classes and why they're so important. So chances are, if you have an event where you need CPR, you're going to have it in your house, right? Because that's where you are all the time. And you're going to have it when the only person there is the person you're living with. And if they don't know how to do it, you're going to have to wait until the fire department shows up to administer CPR to get you going. So if one of you knows how to, you save your life or minimize damage. So I'd really encourage you to take the program. It's critical. It can save someone's life someday. And the last item I have, there's a FireWise class on July 10th at 9 a.m. in the firehouse. So we're still doing the FireWise things, and come out and do that. Okay, any other current events from anyone?
No, I just want to say on the CPR AED class, I actually took it. There was a big group of us. It was amazing. And it's like you think that even if you've learned it once, I was amazed at how many things that had been updated and made it much more streamlined. And it was really, really beneficial. And I think even with the AED, it seems a little overwhelming at first, but it really could save your life. So I strongly encourage everyone to go.
Okay, great, thank you. Anyone else have a current event? Okay, hearing none, we'll close current events. Item number 7, review and discussion regarding a proposed amendment to the Carefree Arizona Code of Ordinances, the Town Code. This amendment seeks to regulate construction hours during the summer to reduce heat-related risks. This is the first of 2 required ordinance readings.
Thank you, Mayor.
Stacy.
I appreciate it. Yes, specifically, we are amending Chapter 6 offenses, and under offenses, we have our Section 624 noise. As you mentioned, this is a first reading of 2 readings when we amend our town code. That's our requirement. We're here this evening. It's an emergency measure that was enacted by the legislature in May. And so why are we doing this? Well, to ensure that our ordinance reflects the recently enacted legislation. It's state statute. We're all familiar with, we're a statutory community, so this is a must. But I would also add that it's for reasons of a safer environment for construction workers during the Arizona months. We all just came in from outside, and we know our summer months, even in the mornings, can be pretty brutal. So with that said, what does our new language say? Well, specifically, we define a new construction time frame for the summer months. And in the ordinance, it's now broken into summer hours and winter hours. So the winter hours essentially stay the same. We haven't changed that, with the exception of a requirement for concrete operations. That allows for an additional earlier hour. The summer hours are basically similar to what we have in our ordinance today, except I would say they're just an hour earlier. Again, other than the concrete operations, which are allowed an hour prior to that. So I would say that's really the major change in the town code itself. Holidays and weekend hours will remain the same as shown in the ordinance today. So with that said, I don't have anything more to say, but I'm happy to answer any questions.
So I do have one question. So the state legislature passed it as an emergency, so it goes into effect. So we're living by their law today,
We are.
correct?
We are, correct. This just corrects our town code, so we're not in conflict with state statute.
Okay. Any questions or comments from the council?
Just one question. So Stacy, our current code calls for Saturdays at 6 a.m., but we're switching that to 7 a.m.?
No, we are keeping all of the same hours during the, let me look for the amendment that is in front of you. I believe that we are keeping all of the same hours in the winter months. They're only changing
So
in the
this is
summer
just
months.
for, so 7 a.m. then during the summer is on Saturday?
I'm sorry, you're saying 7 p.m. or are we talking about the morning hours?
So on the very first page,
Mhm.
the table that compares our current construction hours to the new statute.
Right.
And so Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 for SB 1182.
Mhm.
And then on Saturday,
Mhm.
it's 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Correct. But our hours in our current ordinance are 6 a.m. to
Right.
7 p.m. So we are just maintaining those same
Okay,
hours.
okay.
So at the end of the day, we will exceed working hours that are allowed by.
We're still allowing for an earlier
Exactly,
timeframe.
as we
Yes.
should.
Yeah, so our current ordinance works today. We have to adopt these based on state statute. My philosophy is if it's not broken or no need to change, no reason to amend.
Exactly. Okay, so any other questions or comments from the
Yeah,
council?
I have one.
Oop, go right ahead.
So they're saying you can pour concrete an hour before.
Correct.
So it would be 5 a.m. for
It
the
would-
pouring of concrete
It would be 4 a.m. during the
4 a.m.
summer months.
during summer months.
In the winter month, it would be 5 a.m.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Exactly. Okay, anything else? Okay, that was review and discussion only, so that hearing no additional discussion, we'll close that agenda item. Next up, item 8, call to the public. Those wishing, we have one slip today, so those wishing to address the council need not request permission in advance. The public may address the council on matters not on the agenda. At the conclusion of an open call to the public, individual members of the public body may respond to criticism led by those who have addressed the public body, may ask staff to review a matter, direct staff to study the matter, reschedule the matter for further consideration and decision at a later date, or may ask that a matter be put on a future agenda. However, the council may not discuss or take legal action at this time. Please limit your comments to not more than 3 minutes. We have one slip. So Ms. Janet Vivas, please come on up. Limit your comments to 3 minutes, please. Thank you.
Good evening, Council. Just 2 points. First of all, I tried to register for the CPR course, and the phone number is incorrect on that. It's non-functioning. So they want you to email rather than call for that.
We'll get that straightened out. On
Yeah,
our
and
website.
secondly, I'm just asking a general question. Has anybody been updated on what's going to happen on Carefree Highway? Are they still planning on developing that highway?
Well, I can't answer you because it's called to the public, it's not an agenda, but I can certainly talk to you afterwards.
Okay. All right, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we have no other slips, so that will close call to the public, and I would entertain a motion for adjourning.
I move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you all for coming out today.
Nice short meeting.